Hello, welcome back to the shop, everyone. Welcome back to the Eternal Two-Stroke channel. We're working on two-stroke cars almost all the time. Seems like a lot lately. And what are we doing? We're working on our Berkeley. This is something a lot of you guys are pretty interested in. I should say it's kind of a Berkeley shell, and it's a rough one at that. But we're making some headway. Let's go through what we're doing and what we plan to do, shall we? First of all, we got our vacuum out and we sucked out all the rust and grit and pine needles and chicken manure, everything out of the car the best we can. We got the old motor mount out. Actually, this is the differential mount. You can see how cracked and nasty that one was. And we got one that's less nasty. Finding parts for this car are difficult. We're getting ready to install the differential, and I'll show you in a minute. I rebuilt it. But I think all these brake lines got to go. They're going to pop. I call them May pops. So we're going to get some new brake lines in here. We're working on brake lines on the wheels. I had those the original cloth wrapped ones that go from the leading wheel cylinder up to the pipe there. And I'm going to get those redone in stainless steel. I'd like to have good brakes for this thing. I got the wheel cylinders rebuilt. I got the hubs all cleaned up. I got new shoes on, new springs, front and rear. I have delegated to cut the rear pan. This rear pan is the structure for the car. That is the frame, but I've got to cut, see that square box there in the blue tape? I've got to get in there to address the rot on that suspension. See the rot? That thing is rotted out, and it's supposed to be attached to the fiberglass bottom. It's not there, and it's not there. All the wood is rotted, so I've got to have access, and I can put maybe some bolts or something so that that panel is accessible. There's no way to work in there. I just can't get a welder in there. I can't get a wrench in there. Something's got to go. And it's just going to be too hard to lift the body off the frame. So I'm going to cut it. I think it'll be okay. It's not that structural. It's pretty flimsy. This main structure is along the side here. I'm not going to cut that. Okay, so we got the fuel line out. The gas tank used to be in the back. The battery used to be back into behind the seat. That's all removed. I'm going to keep working on the wiring there. And let's go over here to the bench. I'll show you the differential. This is the cutest little differential. So this is our sprocket that goes on the outside of our differential. Inside here are gears. Looks something like that. That's the exploded view. And this goes into the housing. I just put new bearings in the housing, and the speedometer drive is here. This is supposed to be filled with oil, and this bolt then goes into that mount that I just showed you here and connects to the drive lines. Got the Zerk fittings cleared on all the drive lines, the tie rods, and upper and lower kingpins, and everything. So that's all working good. But man, this is a rough one. Stick with me. Stick with us, I should say, and we're going to try to make something running and driving out of it very soon. I'm on a mission to Mars, I think, to blow myself up. Anyhow, we're working on it. Thanks for watching, and I am now the expert on Berkeley differentials. If anyone has questions, give me a holler.